So if they gave you $500 million, would you leave your current spouse?
For $500 million?
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't have one yet, but honey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
All day.
maybe.
Because we could get back together after. Like,
No. That was the stipulation, though.
How about
So
you, Rick? You do it?
I asked my wife this question. She said, "Yeah, you could visit the kids afterwards."
Exactly.
And
If you got $500 million, I don't know that anybody's gonna be able to find me.
I know, right?
wow.
I will be with you. I'll find you.
Wow. With
Just
that
like-
being said,
Yo, play
Art,
the
let's
intro.
start the show.
Yeah, marvelous. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. 3-piece suits, Valentino cufflinks, LV shoes. I bring the shorty closer, just enough to feel the gun on the holster. Out on the balcony, feeling on the breeze. City skylines, we're puffing on some trees. Cup of Henny on the rocks with the soda. Maybach, front of the building with the chauffeur. Yeah. And he waiting on me, got umbrella in his hands and my name in the seats. No gift, baby, no thanks, no chinchillas, baby. So what happened to Frank? No phone calls, transactions hand in hand. Give the drugs to Rick, the money to Benny Banks. Talk to Craze and he talks to me. Keep my business out the streets. It's the ART.
I had to lower it a little bit. Welcome
kinda loud.
to the podcast.
Ooh, let's
I am
go.
your
Thank you for
host,
having us.
Rick Cage. Craze Boogie's here somewhere. Eli Jas is on leave. No, she'll be back next week. But special treat for you guys. Stand-up comedian, content creator, Jazz is here.
Slay
As
with
a
Jazz.
special co-host, Slay with Jazz.
Let's go. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
And our special guest for today is the Divas, the double Divas.
The double
One at a
Divas.
time. Molly Hopkins and Cynthia from 90 Day Pillow Talk, LiviRae Lingerie,
Yo,
and 90 Day Fiance.
y'all doing a
Wow,
lot.
that's
We do a lot.
Busy.
A lot.
What's
Some would
busy?
say the #1 pillow talkers.
Hey,
Some
that's
people
fine.
say, a lot of people say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number
We
one.
definitely eat the most out of everybody. I'm going to say that.
Nah,
Yeah.
most entertaining for sure. Definitely the most entertaining.
The most entertaining. I think maybe Veronica and Tim close second. Maybe.
I like Veronica. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you guys are #1. Molly knows that I think you guys are #1.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know now. That makes me so happy, Rick.
Molly,
like her.
please, can we have Cynthia and Molly together on the Ricky? She said, I don't know. We'll make it happen someday. Don't worry about it.
Today's the day.
Today's the day, exactly.
Today's the day. You know,
What-
she's
what-
been so upset because I spilled crab all over her couch and flung it across the room on the last Pillow Talk episode.
Oh.
Is it the same blue couch?
Yeah.
Crab?
Crab.
You guys are just eating crab meat on the
they
couch?
gave us crab meat,
Yeah,
we
crab
put on
legs.
our signature bibs, and when we get to the end of it, this trick, first of all, she gets a piece of shell and she's like, and I'm like, did you
Like I'm supposed to swallow it.
out your mouth? And she's like, and at the end, gets ready to take the bib off, and she goes and slings it. So when the Pillow Talk, the promo that they cut, there's like 5 or 6 shards of crab. It looks like it's going straight to the camera.
I finally watched it this afternoon. She showed it to me because we've been having people say, "You let her fling crab." Well, first of all, the bib has like a little pouch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
a little
not
pocket.
like- well, I didn't realize that when I was trying to get my bib up, it went boom. I didn't know how much was in there, and so it went flaming.
I
A
got
good $10 worth of crab legs.
Well, I
Yeah,
was
making it
not
rain.
most of it.
Making it rain crab meat. Let's go.
It
Jazz,
was so
what were
good.
you
though.
saying?
what?
I said a lot. She didn't eat it. Me, on the other hand, I'm like fishing for more.
Whatever. I found myself trying to dig it out. I think that's persistence.
I just want to know, did you spill any on you? That's the important part.
No, we had no snacks in the crack, man. We were good.
Did you see the bibs? They were huge. They were like a body cover. I mean, the things were like,
It really did. It looked like the thing they put over your chest when you go for radiology.
yes, yes, or the dentist office, one of those things, and you're like,
So I have seen the bibs because my son has a similar type of bib.
okay.
It's like the little pocket where
Yes.
we're fruitful. And today we were giving him, I think it was broccoli or something. And when I took it off, it went everywhere.
Yeah, it's a crab catcher. That's what it was that day.
The crab catcher. So, Molly, how have you been since we last spoke? I know you were on For the Love of Jayla.
Great, man. Just honestly, just trying to figure out, new ways to do the same thing. We've been going at this business for quite some time. And, just trying to stay true to ourselves and really just keep our business going, man. I mean, it's like almost as epidemic as the damn pandemic, but not having employees.
Yeah.
People come in the store
People don't want to work.
We're at work for like every day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're great. It's a blessing to be this busy and to have more business than you got help to do it. But
so we don't want to complain, but at the same time, we're tired. We're tired.
If you're tired, that means you're working, right? It's
We're
better
working.
tired and putting in the grind time.
Putting it in.
And you guys got really creative over the pandemic. So you guys started doing virtual fittings.
Yes.
Because you guys help women discover their true bra size.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to tell a woman's actual bra size just by looking at them. I've seen you both do it. I've seen Cynthia do it. I think she did it with Veronica, and I think Molly did it on Bears All.
I did.
That is an insane power to have.
It's
a
a
blessing and a
power.
curse.
Yeah. Yes, we say that all the time.
So I look at myself and I'm like, am I a 30B? Is it a 32? Wait, what? You can do it through the computer? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've been able to
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Molly.
No, I was saying our success rate is crazy. Like we sometimes doubt ourselves, but it's just nuts. Like it's about 98%. And since May of 2020, between the two of us, we've done about 15,000 virtual fittings.
Jesus Christ.
And we've got it down to almost a science now, really. I mean, it's not, I always say it's not 100% because obviously we're not there in that room with you. But from some quick measurements that we do, plus us knowing breast tissue, how it falls, where it hides, because it hides up under the arms, it hangs low, it does all kinds of crazy stuff. And just knowing that breast tissue, we're all visual. So you put all of these extra things together and you pretty much almost get it right the first time. Every so often it can be, we'll be a half a cup off. But it's rare that we don't get it right the second time.
It's usually down to where the camera placement is because the fact that we even figured out how to Zoom or hop on this podcast is really great.
I would shut it down once.
Imagine two non-tech savvy chicks trying to tell a, desktop non-smartphone user how to angle their camera because a lot of times we get this. Or we get this coming up and we're like,
it's like a jolly green giant with tits. So like you're looking up at them, and I'm like, baby, can we get it this way?
Level with that's 15,000 pairs of titties. I know a lot of people that would love to be in your spot looking at all those titties all day.
Yo.
Well,
listen,
I wish I could say we enjoy it, but we don't.
You're helping people find their
we
body.
do. We love it a
We're
lot.
like a doctor. I don't enjoy it. Is what I meant. I enjoy my job because I love helping women, but I don't get nothing from seeing naked boobs. It doesn't. Nothing.
I get it. I understand.
So how did Libby Ray come about? I know Molly gave her side of the story, but Cynthia, how did Libby Ray, by the way, is the combination of your daughter's names. Am I correct?
Yes.
So how did the whole company come about?
Well, we were working for a lady down in Phipps Plaza area, or that mall, and she was really more of a high-end store. And so at that time, she had been on Oprah, and so we were getting so many people, like hundreds of women were like coming to get fitted, and because she said she could fit anybody. Well, the problem was a lot of the bras were so expensive. Some of them, but I think our cheapest one was like $99 or $98.
Oh,
And
wow.
so there were women.
Pricey? Is that expensive for a bra?
Rick, come on. You don't know. You never bought your wife's
That's a
bra?
lot. I mean,
it is when you're,
when you have
massively
nothing,
reaching out to
or you're handicapped.
everybody.
You have nothing. Like I mean, I remember this one lady that came in and, Phipps Plaza is the swanky mall, right? And this one lady, and I'm not talking about folks, I'm just saying this was what happened. And she had come in and she had one breast. And it was, when I tell you, it was probably a K cup. And
that makes me look like an A.
Yeah. And it was no bra, no bra on. She had one tooth in her mouth. Just one right here. And for the entire 3 hours that she waited on that couch, because nobody there wanted to take her because they knew they couldn't help her. She sat there and proceeded to try and pull the one tooth she had left out.
No, you're making this up.
No, this is a true story.
I swear to God.
The
things that happen to us is not normal.
Where at?
In the
Plaza. Yeah, in the store. She was sitting on the
heart of Buckhead. It's north of Atlanta, but it's a very rich.
Wow.
It's a luxury.
Versace, Dolce, Gucci, you name it.
Yeah.
It's a designer in.
This was quite the sight.
It was quite the sight, and I felt my heart went out to her at that time. And Molly and I tried to help her, and all we had was a little tiny swim form that was silicone. And our boss basically looked at us and said, that's all we've got. And it hurt our hearts to know that people would try 4 hours to come here, sit on a couch for 3 hours, and absolutely have nothing that'll fit you in the store. Wow. And that was really hard for us. And the more it happened, the worse it got, like, internally. And so one day we went to lunch, and we were both just like, listen, we got to do this. We can do this. And we will be the one-stop bus shop. Everybody's welcome. School teachers, anybody. And we would offer every size available so that nobody ever felt left out.
Yeah.
And so that was the premise of the business, which is how it started. But we went through hell. I mean, she tried to sue us for proprietary knowledge. We had no money. I mean, we opened the entire thing on my credit, because that's the one thing I did have, was good credit from being married. And I was able we opened every freaking credit card under the sun. Molly was everything that came. She's like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And like, we would sit in there and just go. And we must have had, I got it one time, we probably had 25 credit cards, literally.
Wow.
And Molly was amazing, because she would juggle the payments, and she would make, we were basically robbing Peter to pay Paul at times, a long time. But, we thought at one time we were going to be able to go and get this loan, because we're, been in business for over 15 years, 2 women starting our business, blah, blah, blah. Banks laughed at us. They literally laughed at us. We were laughed out of 3 different banks until we just sat in the car and we cried. And we were just like, what is going on? We didn't even realize it was that bad or that hard. And so we ended up getting a line of credit from my parents and a small loan from one of Molly's lifetime friends. And it just, and we opened up in an antique.
Blew up.
Yeah. We blew up and we opened up. And our first day, I remember we were so excited. We only had maybe 1 bra per bin, per size. We had nothing, because nobody would sell to us, because our ex-boss told the entire industry not to sell to us too. So we were hit. So I remember we opened it. I said, if we build it, they will come. I mean, I felt like that was our field of dreams.
And they have in masses.
Right.
And they did
a lot.
A lot. And I think that sometimes, Molly and I always say we're God's jesters. We really believe that, because, he's always like throwing us in places like, okay, let me tell him to start a business, send Cynthia through a divorce with 2 small children and no money, and get thrown out of her house and have to borrow Molly's car and sleep in a trailer, and and then in the midst, let's open a business, and then let's throw these girls on TV, and then let's it's the places we've been able to go just based off of us being two small girls from Georgia is it's kind of mind-boggling to me at times. Really.
Who's writing the movie script as we speak right now?
I think we are.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we need to talk about that
because we got you. We got you. What we want to do. We need somebody
help.
who can help us.
Yeah.
We got to talk.
Because this is just a touch of the stories. You have
no idea.
It sounds like a wild ride.
It sounds
no idea.
An amazing story.
Yeah.
That would inspire people to chase their own dreams.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Question: how like that's a really big story of just resilience and perseverance, and like how does it feel like right now, knowing that like you had to go through all of that, and then you know everything that you said that you believed in absolutely worked, and yeah, like how does it feel like looking back? If you could tell yourself something, like what would you tell yourself?
God's got it.
Mm-hmm.
Like flip the script, and every time you're in a moment of like despair or you feel like it's gonna be the worst thing ever, you just have to laugh at it and be like, okay, well, we did this, we did that. This is just another thing in the way. And just, you know, the cliche quotes are great, but when you really feel it in your gut, you know that you're destined and what you're supposed to do. You can't denounce like your story that's written. So we just
we can't run away from this. We've already tried. I mean, we had one of the biggest fights we've ever had right here before the pandemic. And I mean, there were times that Molly and I really, because it was so much stress and, you know, and we were killing ourselves sewing masks, trying to get the mask out. And, you know, we went through, I call it our trial by fire in a way, you know, because we had to literally almost split up. And then when you do that, you can kind of step back and analyze the situation, and you can see what's going on right now, not what's in the future, not what's in the past, but right now. And I think that, you know, all these little things that happen, like we're always in a trial by fire. I mean, I swear to God, the devil's always trying to get us. But they always say when the devil tries to get you that hard, that means you're destined for great things. It means that what you're doing is exactly what you should be doing. And we know that, you know, luckily we have, you know, 90-day Fiance, and we had double Divas in order to kind of help bring awareness to bust health and other women with different breasts, because a lot of women don't look at other women's breasts. They think they're an odd person. They think only their boob is one's bigger than the other. And, you know, and these are things that need to be talked about. These are things that everybody suffers with. Hell, mine are made and one's still not right. You know, like
mine's longer than the other. She calls it.
Is that a common thing?
There's a big one and a small one. They're never
very common.
Really?
Very common. And some one's longer than the others. Like Molly, she's got a knee band-aid on one of hers. That's her nipples, a knee band-aid.
Yeah, she says I have the perfect small personal pizza.
Yeah.
The other side is a hoagie roll. It's all good.
Yeah.
She calls it the knee band-aid. The one
it looks like a knee band-aid.
Got a bend, the flexi. The big one in the box.
It's oblong.
Yo, this is a great conversation. I'm learning a lot.
Oh.
Have you guys tried calling the Guinness Book of Records for the amount of fittings that you've done?
Most fittings. I'm sure you guys got a record. So
Well, I have the biggest bra in the world.
Cynthia should hold the record for the largest bra ever made.
Ever made.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We just never got it. We just never called and got it in there. But
But she's definitely made the largest bra for sure. We believe that. I mean, there's no way it
what
is.
size is the largest bra in the world?
Get to know.
I don't know the size of it, but she made it off her son's pillowcase. So you do the math.
Okay. So I'm up at night, 12 o'clock. It never happens. I see the that show. God, what was the show? Anyway, it doesn't even matter. But the woman on there was like
strange
she
sex.
She, when I tell you, you'll have to look. I can't. Y'all can't see my arms. Like one boob was like this. Like it was huge. It was like a small child. Each one weighed 45 pounds. That's what she said.
90 pounds of breast.
Yes, 90 pounds of breast.
But she wasn't an overly large lady.
No, she was not. And my heart went out to her because I'm like, because they put her in a 50L or 50N at the time, which was the largest bra made in the world. That's the largest size at that time.
So
I'm trying to imagine
layman's
holding.
terms,
I'm
what
trying
is
to
an
imagine
N?
holding
Like,
a 20-pound bag of rice.
Yeah.
Let's just say if you had to take a 60-inch tape measure to go from end to end, you would have probably had to use 2 of them.
2.
geez,
That's 12 feet of titties.
Christ.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised she did not get a breast reduction.
Yeah.
It's a
Well, she had
scary
health issues.
because of the
And she was
glands.
scared to
God.
get one because she was worried that with the health issues she had, that it would be. Plus, you have to think about it. I don't even think they could do that in one surgery because you can't take that much mass off of a body that quickly.
Yeah.
So, otherwise people would get lipo sucked out all the time. But so I don't really know how that would work. But I know that it was really, really risky, is what she said, for her to do it. But my thought process is, we're in freaking America. Like, we should have a bra for this lady, and it was pitiful. And I laid there, and I'm all visual. I'm completely 100% visual. So I envisioned how big her breast would be. And I stuffed my son's lamb pillowcase, and because it was one of those real stretchy knit jersey type. And I just basically kept stuffing it until it was the size of what I thought her breast would be once it was all lifted. And once, I'd never met her, never anything. And it fit the first time I put it on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
So it was,
your skills just for eyeballing that? is
Yes.
amazing.
Wow.
No, yeah.
it
She doesn't give herself enough credit. I always tell her I'm her biggest fan. But Cynthia can 360 anything, and she can take a piece of something, or if somebody gives her an idea, and in like 3 days, it's a masterpiece. So
your bra should be hanging in the Louvre in Paris.
Yeah.
Well, the bra actually got cut in half because we sent it off to the lady who made the biggest bra, thinking she would make her bras because she needed bras, but she didn't really do it. She just altered the pattern a little bit, so the bra still didn't fit, and I didn't find that out till later on. I would have kept my damn bra, or just let her wear it because it was pitiful. She had nothing else. So, these are the things that we try to bring awareness to, and by doing these kinds of crazy, outlandish things. But in all honesty, there should be a bra that size. There should be a bra for everybody. No woman should have to suffer or go around thinking she's just outside of the norm. And I mean, she's way outside. But there's people like Molly.
there's a lot of them.
She can't walk into a Victoria's Secret and buy a bra. She can't do
I can't go in anywhere except my store.
That's it. I mean, pretty much.
Like ours. Even in New York,
Mm-mm.
we did Rachel Ray. We did a couple shows, and her producer was like, I need a bra. I need you to fit me. So we ended up sending her some stuff. But I'm like, how can you not get a bra in New York?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
California, nothing.
What?
We were a huge hit in California. We had over 500 women, and they all wanted to be fit. That was a real busy day. We didn't get all of them, but
Go
We
ahead.
did a fit,
Stevie
a health
Wonders.
fit with Stevie Wonder. There, people
Yeah.
called, and I answered the phone, and I never answered the phone because we were so slammed. And she was like, "This is Stevie Wonder's assistant," and I'm like, "The Stevie Wonder? Like what?" She's like, "Yeah, he loves your show.
Yeah.
He loves our show.
He goes, he listens to it.
Your show, and he watches it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the same Stevie.
That's what I said. She said, well, he listens to it, and he would love to have you girls come and work the KJLH radio stations.
Wow.
Health and wellness fair. So y'all can imagine 2 girls from Georgia, white country girls, when they opened the Staples Center in LA, and the doors open, and there's about 25,000 black women, and we were like,
That is by far the largest crowd we've ever publicly spoken to. Like they hit us backstage, and then when they brought us up, we didn't even know how many people were out there. Really, we get up the thing, and they park the thing, and we walk out, and we were like, "Holy shit!" Like, I mean, and back then, I had to leave. Molly was more, she would get kind of nervous. I called her, she does this Mona Lisa smile.
Molly being nervous?
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
She would wring her hands. She would hold her hands like this, and she would do this smile. Literally. Okay. And she would just stand there. And so as soon as I knew I had to start, so I would start talking. But as soon as I started talking, she would chime in, and then everything was fine. But it was just, but that, I'll never forget the overwhelming, like I was shaking. Like I was like, oh my God.
Now, comparing
No.
that to
Yeah.
90 Day Fiance. First of all, I want to ask Cynthia why she submitted Molly to 90 Day Fiance, because it was actually Cynthia that
That's
submitted
true.
Molly.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Well-
And two, how does that compare that at the Staples Center compared to where you are now? Because you guys are actual celebrities and you're on television consistently, and your brand is very exposed everywhere. So, are you still overwhelmed by that?
No, and it wasn't so much overwhelming because I can meet everybody in a room. I mean, I can canvas a space. I'll walk up to strangers, but to walk out as a public speaker
It's different.
in front of all these people, and the lights were crazy. Like I was like, you know, like it's just,
Both were.
and it was a lot. And you know, we weren't public speakers. We just are ourselves, and sometimes we have to dial it back because we have to think about what's the audience that we're in front of, what's happening. So for me at that moment, I'm like, where's the bullet points? We don't have anything, so we just went for it. But it was fine. But for me now, no, I'm much better. It just took a while. That fear public speaking thing is real, you know. But when I'm under the camera, or I'm on this with you guys, like, or I'm in my store, I mean, there could be 500 people come in our store, and I'm just going to be like, okay, this
we'll talk to all of them
down today. You know, it's different.
So, Cynthia, how did you?
Yeah, we need the tea.
We need the tea on that. First of all, so
So-
Molly went to DR. She saw this bartender, whatever.
You went
How'd
to the
you-
DR with me.
Yeah.
I hooked him up because Molly was coming out of, you know, a funk, and we were trying to, you know, I don't know.
Have a girls trip.
Yeah, and so the bar was closing, went up to the bar, and Luis turns around and he's like, oh, one of the guys says the bar's closed. And I looked at Luis, and all of a sudden I realized the two of them were like locked eyes, and I'm going, really? Here we go. Because she does this, all right? So the boy can't even clean the glass right. He's all flustered. I'm just looking at her, and she's does this, okay? It's like, I don't know. I say she's like a cat in heat. She'll just spray it everywhere. But this one, it was her, just the look. And he made us the drinks and everything. And when I tell you there was not a word spoken between the two of them, but they were like,
Did
literally.
Luis know English at all?
Just
to
the chemistry.
Yeah, nothing. They said nothing.
We didn't speak.
I'm just standing there watching this whole thing. And she takes her drink and she takes the little straw and she's like,
Okay. Okay, Molly got her groove back. Okay.
And then she takes her drink and walks off and leaves me there. And I just looked at the man and I said, here's my card. I gave him my business card. I said, this is how you can get in touch with her. And he took it. And so the next day he ended up calling the store because he didn't have.
No, I had a message on Facebook. I had a direct message in my inbox.
Damn,
Yeah.
Luis
And-
went like full blown looking.
Yeah, and I really thought, honestly, they did have chemistry. They really did. It wasn't that wasn't fake. It was just something happened when he got here. He literally did a 360.
Well,
I don't know if he became not humble. Like, I don't know if it went to his head. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that because the man that we met in the DR, the one that she went to visit, the one that we talked to on the phones, like that wasn't the man that came here. So
maybe it was too much for him, but that had to happen in order for Molly to meet my man Kelly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Everything happens for reasons. We believe that.
So it was
And I don't, I'm not mad. I said before, I'm not mad about it. The experience I had there, the people we met, and this, I want to go back. I mean, the island is beautiful, the culture, the richness
somewhere
of
around
the
there.
food.
It is.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I really have a heart for the people there. And I told y'all before, when you go into Campo and you're in this city and you're out in the, not in the touristy part, and you really experience
the real DR.
the real DR.
Yeah.
my heart. I mean, I'm forever changed from taking pizza to the children. Like I will never ever not be forever changed. It made me a better person. It humbled me in a way like no other. And I don't think that we've ever not been givers, and we're not, love people and love culture and stuff like that. But that experience for me, I'm forever changed. I would do it again over and over and go on missions and do it.
I was forever changed when I went there and couldn't flush my toilet paper. That right there forever changed me. That humbled me big time. Like,
did you have a real shower head, or was it just like the beaming bullet?
No, we had the shower in the place that I stayed, but you couldn't flush anything. So basically, you had a bag next to the toilet, and everything had to go in there.
I had Luis's parents. They had like a 10-gallon bucket.
Yeah,
it reminded me of growing up little. We didn't have all these crazy great things, so it took me back to a really beautiful time when we didn't have a lot, but we had family and we had food and we had a lot of love.
Yeah.
So it was, and that was the beauty of it. The mom cooking, and they made me eat. We had just ate, and he's like, "We can't leave until you eat her food." And I had to cover my meat, and the plantains and everything. And I was like, he's like, "You have to eat." I'm like, "I'm stuffed." He's like, "You my mother doesn't cook traditional Dominican food for anybody. Eat."
Would you go to DR with Kelly? Would you go to a different spot in DR with?
Oh,
Kelly?
absolutely. Kelly is a traveler. I mean, he's very well traveled, and he is an island guy. Like, he loves the beach. He loves, we just went to St. Martin a while back. We want to go to Panama because that's where his mom is from, and he hasn't been. So we want to go.
Kelly is from Panama? Oh, okay.
His mom's Panamanian. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to go.
But that's his thing. They go on like 4 trips a year, and it's usually to Aruba, obviously St. Martin. It was incredible.
Did you say 4 trips a year?
Yeah, they go on like 4.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to get one. Something's wrong with this picture. How
yeah, well,
I get one? When I went on, isn't that great?
That's 20 years in, employed, not self-employed.
Jasmine, do you have a question for our double divas?
Oh, you know what I do when you were speaking about like the whole breast problem, right? I saw this TikTok, and a lot of bigger breasted women were putting on bikini, like bathing suit bottoms as like a top for each.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, I've made one for her. Yeah.
And you put one arm out the gusset part, and the band goes underneath. It works amazing, and the other part is sleeveless.
And it's so supportive. And would you come out with something like that in your line that's like a specifically made, like a bottom top 2 double dual action?
I'm gonna need some explanation about what we're actually talking about.
You're gonna need
I'm
a
not
drawing.
sure.
I feel like that's a business opportunity.
Oh, please.
Yo.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Is Molly gonna?
She's probably gonna go get one and demo it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Also, I want to ask Cynthia about the Hooter Shooter.
That's what I was just. Yes.
The holster that goes on the bra for
A gun?
everybody who
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
You could be strapped.
Here is my Hooter shooter. Hang on, let me grab it and I'll tell
Not
you.
a big
I'll
booby
show it to you.
conversation.
Yeah.
Any little booby?
Okay.
I think we should.
Here's
Can I
well,
get
You
it
can ask Jazz.
goes on everything, but so
What you packing, Cynthia? What you got in
this is
there?
it. Well, it's a special. It's a with
You got a 22
Smith
in
and
it?
Wesson.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see, man. That's a 38. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a 38 special.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So not that I know how to use the damn thing.
I mean,
but
that'll definitely stop somebody.
that's what it is. Okay. So I inherited this gun from my sweet Aunt Millie, who passed away.
Yo.
She packed it in her
Shout out
purse.
to Aunt Millie. I need to.
Aunt Millie gave my son a judge. Like she was a gun-toting woman, but she couldn't walk, so I don't know how she was toting. But anyway, bottom line was, I got this gun, and it's so cute, and I look at it a lot, but I don't do much with it. And so I was like, if I ever was going to carry this cute little gun, how would I do it? Because I've seen the bang bang, which is the one where the goes up under here. I've seen the ones that go, around the waist, the ones that thigh high, like the garter belt kind. And that's just not how I'm going to roll, And when we did Double Divas, we had an episode because I had to invent every single.
They're going to pull these up, right? Next time we do this, it's going to be the clip.
Yeah, and you got to find it because Molly.
Well, Craze could find the clip.
Oh, you can find it. You'll find it. It's amazing. So she did this. I basically put a holster and I sewed it onto her bra, her sports bra, and so it was my invention, and it worked. So basically, Molly had her pretend gun in here. And they made her do this obstacle course in her bra.
Like I was chasing a criminal as the bounty hunter.
Grace, can you look this up and pull this up on YouTube?
And Molly is in this big white Alomi bra, sports bra, and black leggings and special shoes. Okay. Because we had been out the night before and they made us do shots at a biker bar and we got so trashed that I was still drunk the next morning. And Molly didn't have no shoes, and we had to be at this nasty paintball place to do the obstacle course. Well, they couldn't find Molly had no shoes, so they sent a guy to TJ Maxx to grab her a pair of tennis shoes. Well, they come back with the Velcro kind that are about this tall, big white soles.
They look like orthopedic special shoes.
They were dirty. Wow. Okay. It looked like Reebok's gone wrong. Okay, it was bad. So she had these shoes on, so you could just see this white bra, these white shoes, and she's just running, dodging, flipping. I mean, it was the best thing I've ever seen, and I peed myself that day. I was laughing so hard I could. It was incredibly funny. But what it told me was that this worked. And what was even crazier is that after that show, we had so many people calling, oh, I want it. I want the, your bra design with the holster. And at that time, it wasn't really in existence because we had actually sewn it physically to the bra. And the only way that you would be able to do that is if you knew everybody's size, which isn't going to work. So plus it isn't going to adhere to every bra. So this was something that has been in the works for over 10 years, probably, well, more like 50. It's been a while. So, I decided to resurrect it, especially right now with Crazy going on and everybody's, wanting to tote a gun. And we had so many women coming in our store that carry. Like, I have not ever seen this many women.
I don't blame a woman for carrying a gun.
Yeah, I would love it. New York State, needs to get it together.
Yep. And so
carry over here.
This works. I've attached it. I wore it the other day all day with the gun. I forgot it was on. But it basically just attaches to the bra.
So you can go in and come out. So if somebody comes behind, you're not trying to dig around in a purse. Or get it out of your pants.
So my question is, if you go to an event, right, and you're going through a metal detector and you forget you're wearing the Hooters shoes.
You have Underwire.
You're going to be in trouble. Well, I mean, I guess you could say you have Underwire, but I mean,
Craze.
You gonna make the move.
This bikini bottom top.
Oh yeah, let me see it.
Okay. So this is not my bikini bottom. Someone gave it to me. It's really big and orange. They bought it. But
you don't want me to
think it's actually going to work on the top. So this is the bottom, right? It's the bikini bottom. It's got the little cutout. So what you do?
Oh.
Yeah.
More supportive.
Yo.
Except that one titty's gonna fall out. Okay. That's better. There you go. See? Yeah.
Oh.
So you approve.
I mean, I wouldn't say I haven't done it before.
Nope.
Nice.
She wears her bra in the pool. She don't care. She will wear whatever.
Yo, that's
Jazz. You got
that's resourceful.
Because they're talking about like huge breasts and all that. So you're
question. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. So I want.
yes, little titty questions.
Listen, we start at 28, and their slogan's no bust, too big or small. And the other day, you know, it really made me think about that as being our mission statement for 15 years. Because I had someone come in and we didn't have anything for them. And I was like, you know what? We have to keep at least a little stash because not everybody's big busted.
Yeah. You know, I find a lot of the problems that I have, at least with like cup gaps. Like if I bend over to pick something up, you know, I don't want you to see my nipples, but the bras are just like, they're just there, like placed lightly, kind of like a napkin.
You're not getting this part right
because you're so tiny.
See?
And you're probably wearing a 34.
So I feel like that's definitely a big struggle of
Craze.
Yeah, it's a struggle. The struggle's real.
Learning. I'm learning a lot.
Jazz, speak up for those women. Speak up for those women.
Yeah.
Another thing, I think, you know, there needs to be some new invention with like the chicken cutlet bra so that you don't sweat it off. Because when you're going hard in the club, you know, I have sweat off a chicken cutlet bra before, and I've been really.
Wait, you're gonna have to explain.
Yeah, you're gonna have to break that one down.
It's a chicken
or silicone.
Chicken cutlet bra, okay?
You know the little chicken cutlets that you buy?
It looks like a chicken
It
cutlet.
looks like that because it's that same silicone fleshy color.
Yeah.
But it has adhesive on the back, so you can tape it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm curious.
Well, let me tell you a story about the other chicken. There's other cutlets. I have no ass. Well, I have one now because we bought one. But I didn't have one for growing up. I had a cookie sheet. Thank you.
Okay.
Nothing back there. And so Molly was a huge fan. She had no ass either. And so for a long time, we wore butt pads, or she did.
Okay.
Well, hers looked so good. And we were going out to the club one night, and she says, hey, you need to pad your butt. It's going to look good, you know. And I weighed less then, so I had nothing. And so she was trying to help me. And the panty that came with the pads, the big silicone pads, didn't fit me right. It was hanging.
It has pockets in the back that you stick your ass in.
If you stick the ass in. So I thought, that's okay. I'm just going to put this panty on. And I stuck the ass silicone pieces down in my pants because I was wearing leggings. So it really didn't matter. I knew it was going to hold them where they were supposed to be. Well, the thing is they heat up. Yep. So you forget they're on. You forget they're there. And when you're about 5 drinks in, you don't care that they're there until you go to the bathroom. And I pulled my pants down, and I remember hearing plop, plop. And I turned around, looked in that toilet, and those 2 flesh-colored pads
fell in
the toilet. And I said, hell no, I will not dish that out.
I think
and
Craze
I
has
couldn't flush it. It wasn't going down. So I still to this day think to myself, what the hell did the next person coming in that place
and
seeing those things down in the toilet, wondering what had happened?
Listen, I thought you were gonna say that your ass cheek started sliding, and maybe somebody was like, "Shorty, your ass cheek."
If it did, I wouldn't have known.
I
would not have known. Nor would I care. I go hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I never wore a butt pad again after that.
Craze, do you have a visual of the chicken?
Craze had pulled something up.
I pulled it up. Let me see. Hold up.
Chicken cut. I've never heard that.
But they make them, and the thing is, they're slick. So it's silicones. It's like plastic. And so when you get going, they slosh.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. But your bra's not fitting because your bra's too big around if your chicken cutlet flew out.
You got it, Grace?
It's up. Can you see it? You got to bring it up.
I got to bring it up.
There.
Yes. Yes, that.
Yes.
So imagine that in a toilet and you're drunk. Imagine what that looked like to the next person coming in that room.
Wow.
You know, I've seen a lot of asses this shape, and now it's just starting to make sense. No way all these girls got the same shape ass.
No.
It was those booty pads.
Yeah.
Booty pads.
Men do it too.
Wow. Oh, wait, what? Hold on.
Men do it too? Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Men pad up.
They pad up?
Yes, they do. Educate them, Molly. Listen, men come in and pad.
What do they use?
Well, it really depends on if you're like dressing for drag or you're trying to trans out or whatever. But there's a lot of people who do a lot of stuff.
Oh man, like somebody like Rick is running up in there like, "No, let me get some booty pads."
I don't know. He's kind of thick. He probably has a butt.
He has a butt.
Rick does not have a butt. Rick does not have a butt.
No, and it's okay if you don't. We're not discriminating about butts. Trust me, I was a cookie sheet for so long it didn't even matter anymore.
I look like Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill had sex and I came out.
That is a myth.
That's
pretty accurate.
That's where I'm at. And this is not skinny Jonah Hill. This is big Jonah Hill.
And, I mean, there's just some men. I mean, I've seen TV shows. I know they're patting their butt. There's no way. Like, and that's okay. Men wear myrtles.
Like who?
I watch the Yankee game, and these Yankee players, they got them booties. I'm like, oh, Judge got a booty.
I don't know if they're padding. They're just in really good shape. That's a thoroughbred, honey.
You trying to say Jeter doesn't really have the cakes?
What?
No.
You trying to say Jeter doesn't really got cakes?
Damn, Crazy's gonna start a rumor.
No, I believe he does.
No, he probably does.
Yeah.
I believe he has really
I see this on page 6.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tweeting that later. Molly and Cynthia say that Jeter has no cakes.
Molly said he got cake.
Oh, he got cake.
Oh, Molly does.
I believe his cakes are like
his cakes are good.
Triple layered with extra special sauce.
That's right.
So let's have a little fun with Molly and Cynthia. Let's play a little game called Distorted Picture.
Let's go.
So before we went on air,
let me put my glasses on, son. Yeah.
Cynthia saw one of the photos. So we'll just do this as an example.
Okay.
We'll flash an image. This is the image. And you have to try to guess the image.
Yeah, you guys guess what the image is.
Cynthia and Molly both guessed it. This is an interesting photo right here.
This is two pedophiles go driving an ice cream truck around.
This looks like a lineup for two pedophiles that were.
This is Home Alone 6.
Yeah, this is a poster for Home Alone, for the new Home Alone movie.
They're gonna come do a Christmas and just stuff.
I'm trying to decide if those are beards or Molly, I love the dude, by the way, your man dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cynthia is
much
balding
better
a little bit.
Much better.
I don't know. Your forehead is smooth as silk.
Yeah, but your hair, you have a hairline. Mine goes back to here.
Molly just needs some sleep.
Yeah.
He looks
and
like
some tweezers. And a bush hog for them brows.
So I'm going to flash a new image. Let's start with this one.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I know exactly what that is.
Stacy Silver.
Yeah. That's Tammy Lynn Baker. What Tammy, what's her name? Tammy Faye Baker. That's it. Tammy Faye.
That's just.
Yep, that's me.
Well, those
that's the damn Donatella Versace Muppet.
Donatella Versace.
This is a magnificent photo of you.
Oh, it's magnificent. That right there.
Serious.
It's beautiful.
We were Darcy and Stacy for the day.
Jazz,
I didn't even know I looked like that.
I think these are the BBL eyelashes. So you are a bad bitch.
Oh.
Well, I definitely have. I have big eyes anyway, and I've never worn those kinds of eyelashes. And clearly, I look like I have Bell's palsy because one of them is like coming down right here. What's going on with my eyes?
If one is
cut off.
If one is not falling, you're not doing it right.
Right? Okay, there you go.
Okay, thank you. Now I feel better.
So you did an incredible meme with this photo, by the way. It says, someone tells you act normal, and then me.
Oh, not to be awkward.
Not to be awkward.
Yeah, that is awkward. There's no words for that other than that.
So let me go with this photo now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Some good ones. Y'all are dead wrong for this. Dead wrong.
What do you
Oh
think
no,
that
that
is?
was almost before we met our maker. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
We have a
were
story.
posted up and they had us on the damn anchor,
Yeah.
and every other
Boom.
chick in the bed.
Hey.
God, I was real good. I was eating up everything they served. That
First of all,
anchor.
weren't you guys nervous about going down there?
We were
Hell
bloated.
yeah, because every other mermaid in the pond had an air hose but us.
Yes.
Wow.
And let me tell you something else
Thing.
about the fear. That there was a storm. I would have rather been under there than on top. There was
Wow.
a horrible lightning storm.
And the
During
lady in
time we were in
charge
the water.
of the mermaids, when we're sitting on the dock before they
Yeah.
put us on that thing, she's like, if you're going to be in a mermaid tail, you have to be the mermaid. There's kids
Yeah.
waving at you over there. So we had to be like,
In the pouring torrential rain.
Well, Cynthia's face was it was struggling. Pull that
I was dying.
we were out of breath. You have no
No
idea. We were
breath.
literally like 15 feet down. And they
Yo.
didn't start pulling the
15
anchor
feet?
back up. We didn't have air hoses.
No.
And those tails weigh about 50 pounds. So
Yes.
you can imagine what that looked like for us
Wow.
to get back to the top when they start cranking it up like
Because you have to do your
No.
feet like this to get
they
back up.
were dying.
You're a mermaid. It's
That
not
looks
we were
like-
scared.
That looks like
Yeah.
a Renaissance painting.
Crazy.
Bring it up again.
It's not.
It looks-
We're not. No. That right there. We look so swollen, bloated. That is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Nah.
Look at my
Another one
stomach.
for the Louvre. The Louvre is winning tonight.
I feel like that one should be in the MoMA for sure.
Oh, there you go. So I have this interesting photo.
I think we're on the couch, but I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, this is like a Roblox,
Like a Rubik's Cube.
Minecraft kind of.
Yeah.
I'm loving this edit. I'm loving
Like
this.
I just aged myself. Rubik's Cube. I mean,
Rubik's
in the
Cube.
world. Who even says that?
Molly, you want to crack at it or should I review?
I have no idea.
Boom!
I waxed your ass. I sure as hell did. I did. That's a true story.
This
True
is an
story.
actual shot from you guys on television
Yeah.
doing pillow talk, and this is an actual comment. So I
Yeah.
guess the person had the closed caption on.
They
So
did.
It makes the picture even better.
It makes it amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really did wax my ass.
Wow.
That's a friend right there.
That's
Wow.
the best
That's
friend.
a-
Crazy.
That's a
You've
real
never
friend.
you've never waxed my ass.
She burnt the shit out of me. And then when she went to put the strips on, she let my cheeks go.
Wow.
The problem was, let me tell you how it was. You were in a hurry. The little wax pot you bought wasn't going to heat any wax up for about 4 hours.
Damn.
Okay. So I put it in the microwave.
Yes.
Okay.
You did what you had to do.
I did what I had to do. Never wax anybody. I don't even have hair. Like that's not my thing. I had Rainey, my daughter Ray, and Molly's daughter Liv, and they were my helpers. Rainey was cutting the strips, she had the popsicle stick, and Livy had the strips. And I was in
Group
charge
project.
of holding, Livy was in charge of holding her butt cheeks apart because you had to get like in there.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
That's-
she's laying on my
that's
bed.
actual
Livy's got her
bonding
cheeks
time right
spread. I'm go to put the hot wax on, and it was scalding. So when I touched her with the strip down, she screamed, and Livy let her cheeks go, and they fused. That's the story. So when they fuse together, they immediately can't come undone. So when I tried to pull them
Wait, what?
apart, she screamed. And I said, well, we just got to get it open. I got to rip it. And so I went to rip. Well, it ripped a piece of her skin. And she's like, oh, no, you can't do it. You can't do this. You can't do this. And I was like, oh, my God, what are we going to do? Now, it was like 10 o'clock at night. And I was thinking to myself, vegetable oil, because they said to get the oil, which will help dissolve the wax. So I run in there, get some Wesson, and I'm pouring it down her butt cheek crack, trying to get the wax to release.
This is true story.
And this bitch says, what are you putting on my ass? What kind of oil are you using? I said, I didn't know. So she ended up having to go to our nail salon tech, who she didn't really want to go to for that because they do her nails and that was just too much. She felt like that would be too much. But unfortunately, she had no options. So
Molly,
she
I'm
called
sorry,
Na,
Molly.
and Na got the wax off.
Wax my cheeks.
Yo, that's true friendship, though. That's true friendship.
I mean, you know,
It was
Rick,
an
I'll
grill
innocent
it through your
mistake.
wave, wax your ass. I mean, what?
Rick,
Like,
Rick, if you want me to wax your butt cheeks, I'll do it, bro.
see, that's a friend. That's a true friend.
I got you.
If I ever was in a situation,
Nah, I think we should do it now. Now you brought it up. I think we should do
Where?
it and film it. I'll film it.
It makes you very close afterwards.
If I was ever in a situation where I was gonna show my crack on television and I needed it waxed, you'd be the first one I call.
Okay, there you go. That speaks volumes.
That's the quality. If women are waxing their ass cracks, men should be waxing their ass cracks. Either everybody wax their ass cracks or nobody wax their ass cracks.
That's true.
Wow.
Wax on.
Wax off.
Again, Molly, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. I've been the guinea
He's always
pig.
the guinea pig.
I got one last photo for you guys.
Oh, I know what this is. Happy Halloween.
So,
Hey, yo, this is
That's my favorite. photo.
Another time where I was the damn guinea pig.
It was a great idea.
This is all.
Just the face on Cynthia in this photo.
yeah, just
You know,
I was so proud of that.
Just the expressions that both of y'all have.
Can I tell you something about that day? We had one of the biggest fights we had ever had on the way there. I mean, I would love to heard that tape or whoever had to listen to it. I mean, we were going to
this
town.
looks like you guys loved it.
We made up because she was spilling out of her bra and I was the only one that could help her. And so I put my pumpkins down from carving to go help her. And then, of course, we made up and then we were happy. And then, so there was a lot of reasons for that face. I felt very justified. I was really happy with what I had done.
What happened was married in 2 days, and they sprung a photo shoot for me as a pinup chick about 2 days before, and she was stressed out to hell and back because it wasn't about her at that point, and we had a fight.
We had a.
But my roots are really inside of those.
Molly told the story of this. She said, these are hollowed out, by the way. These pumpkins.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Yeah. I know what I'm doing for Halloween. I'm gonna
she told me, I said it's the meme that never dies.
Never dies.
It comes out every year. And one time I didn't even realize it was still in existence. And I got tagged by Slash from Guns N' Roses and was like, where is this chick? I need to meet her.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, we really do stuff like this. I mean, we wanted to do a whole calendar. That was supposed to be part of our October calendar. And so Molly was going to be like every month there would be something like, okay, the 4th of July, she'd have big sparklers or something right here, or, you know, or red, white, and blue flags. And then, you know, we will have
I want to know what kind of insurance Molly got.
Like
health insurance, because you're talking about putting rockets on her, pumpkins, diving her in water, waxing her.
She told me today after we watched the Pillow Talk, I said, oh, fireworks at a wedding, that's amazing. And she's like, oh, I can call fireworks for you, bottle rockets. I'm like, bitch, don't you mean Roman candles?
Bottle rockets.
I'm going to take somebody's eye out. I said, that was not a good idea. But these are the ideas that we would have.
Oh,
like we were going to put her on a grill with an apple in her mouth, like a pig, and a bake like a. I still have a bathing suit. We have ordered everything to do this.
She has the hot dog costume, and the tagline's going to be, I feel so patriotic in a too small American flag bikini with a big ass hot dog.
Yeah. And I was going to be in the hot dog. I've got the hot dog costume. I ordered it, the wiener. And I was going to be standing there with the fork.
In New York, we call, I know you guys from Georgia, but in New York, there's a nickname for hot dogs now. It's called a glizzy.
A glizzy?
I just learned this recently.
What is a glizzy? What's that stand for?
It's a hot dog.
I don't know.
Who came up with that name?
I think Coney Island.
It just birthed. You know, words just get birthed on these streets
Okay.
Birthday.
A glizzy.
Mhm.
The Glizzy God. Well,
Okay.
The Glizzy God Craze Boogie.
Pray for Gizzy.
Oh my God, I'm sweating. You guys are too much.
So we actually, I have to apologize to all the viewers because for some reason we can't get the comments.
Yeah, something's happening.
Well, I'd love to see the comments on this one too.
Something's happening.
Yeah.
We had some good
This
comments.
one's got to be good.
It was Stevie Wonder loves your show. 25,000 black women. That would be amazing to see. Somebody was commenting on the beer that I was drinking, Dominican Pride.
Yeah.
My brother said Molly is my boo.
Yo,
it
Benny
was
Bank got a lot of love.
yes. So I wasn't able to pull those up, so I'm mad about that. But we do have 2 tickets to give away to our podcast panel. So next Thursday, Uptown Live, which is our company, is producing a podcast panel. Not only just podcasting, but social media influencers. So if you want to be a podcaster or an influencer and you want to get into that, we created a panel for that. So we're giving away 2 tickets. I'm going to give the question here. I'll post it on Instagram to give other people a chance to answer it. Actually, Craze will give the question. Yes. It's not about you. It's about Uptown.
Okay.
You know what the question is, right?
I don't remember what the question was. That's why I'm like, what
The highest.
I think what
what is the highest natural point?
Okay, let's do this right. Hold on, Craze. Let's produce this the right way. Let me switch you out. There you go.
There you go. Boom. Thank you. So, to win tickets to next week, October 14th, we have the Uptown Connect networking event. We have Ivan Manito coming through, Rachel La Loca, and Radel Ortiz. I think we got a special guest that Rick is going to announce tonight or tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, good. But in order to win, we got 2 free tickets. You got to answer this question for me. The first person who tells me, I'm going to give you a little hint too. The first person who tells me the highest natural point on the island of Manhattan, and it's actually not that far from where this event is going to be taking place on the 14th. It's a few blocks from there. It's a few blocks from Angelica's. So if you could tell me the highest natural point on the island of Manhattan, you could probably ask Google and it will tell you. But if the first person to give me that comment gets 2 tickets. Rick, what do you think? That was the question you wanted?
Yes.
Okay.
You did that beautifully.
Good.
What is the highest natural point of Manhattan Island? Right?
Wow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yo, a few blocks from Angelica's Uptown.
I mean,
So,
Kelly's in New
you guys
York, so I could shoot him an invite. I could shoot him an invite and invite him
point.
to.
Hell, I didn't even know Manhattan had a mountain. Where's the point? I'm trying to figure that out.
So
talking skyscrapers.
Actually, since you mentioned it, I'll give you.
He said natural.
Small.
Natural. Yeah.
So there's the street
Catskill.
where this is taking place on is called Fort Washington.
Not Catskill, natural.
Natural.
So Manhattan was actually a fort for President George Washington, and that's why the street is called Fort Washington. That's where the actual fort was. So if you're in the military and you want to get a vantage point, you would be in the highest natural point of Manhattan Island, which happens to be blocks away from Angelica's Uptown. So that's the question for the giveaway that we're gonna have.
Clearly, I'm not winning. Y'all are good. How about those tickets?
Hey.
This one ain't winning.
Hey.
Google can help out. So I want to thank Molly and Cynthia for being on the show. This is not the first or last time they'll be on the show. You can catch Molly and Cynthia on TLC's 90-Day Pillow Talk. Am I correct? Or is there another spin-off? I mean, if they bring Double Divas back, that would be great.
You need to bring it. Somebody's got to bring it.
We're doing some stuff. At the very least, once we give you the name and we get this podcast going that we want to do.
Oh yeah.
And Molly has to plug her website. What's the website, Molly?
Mm-hmm.
We both have our individual sites, and then LiviRae Lingerie.
Yeah.
And LiviRae Lingerie. If you guys want, I will quit my job, take my wife and kid to Atlanta, and I will work for you guys as the social media presence and the producer of all your content and all your video.
Let's go.
For you guys, yes, we'll do that. By the way, my wife's a big fan. She says hello to you both.
She loves y'all.
We do watch you guys on Pillow Talk. And
listen, she can come to work in the store. We're hiring. We pay good.
We're tired. We're so tired.
Look, tired. You need me to look for a home?
I'm so tired. I'm about to go to bed as soon as we hang up.
I want to thank you again for being on. I want to thank Jasmine Ruiz for being our special co-host.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
If you come to our event, you might meet her that day.
Yeah. Also, Cynthia, you owe me a story about Aunt Millie. One of these days.
Yes.
Sweet Aunt Millie. Molly knows about Aunt Millie. We had to take care of Aunt Millie. She was bedridden in her last days, months. But yeah, sweet, tough lady, tough old bird. Never got married, never had any kids, and so Molly and I would go over and be her nurse. It's very humbling when you have to change an adult diaper. I mean, it's that's just something that you never even think you would ever have to do, but when you love somebody, you just do what you got to do, so God rest her soul. But yeah, she was pretty amazing person. So
you guys are amazing people. You help women every single day.
Yep.
Continue to make us laugh with your comments on Pillow Talk, and continue doing your work. You guys do terrific work for
changing
a lot
lives.
of women.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much.
We appreciate the time. And we're going to get together because our podcast is.
Yes, let's go.
We got it.
I mean,
but you're clearly going to have to put all the blurbs up and everything, because that's not happening.
What?
Shut the whole damn thing down.
We got you.
I don't know, like all these neat little things that come wobbling through and the songs and stuff. That's not happening. We just need you to be Cynthia. That's all.
We got the rest.
You can drink 2 cups of coffee and be Cynthia on crack, like y'all. There's many sides of me.
And on that note,
yes.
On that note, you guys have a great night. Thank you for being on the show. We'll see you guys next week.
Much love.
Bye.
Yeah, marvelous. Okay. I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. 3-piece suits, Valentino cufflinks, LV shoes. I bring the shorty closer, just enough to feel the gun on the holster. Out on the balcony, feeling on the breeze. City skylines, we're puffing on some trees. Cup of Henny on the rocks with the soda. Maybach, front of the building with the chauffeur. Yeah. And he waiting on me, got umbrella in his hands and my name in the seats. No gift, baby, no thanks, no chinchillas, baby. So what happened to Frank? No phone calls, transactions hand in hand. Give the drugs to Rick, the money to Benny Banks. Talk to Craze and he talks to me. Keep my business out the streets. It's the ART.